Welcome everyone to our daily Forex market analysis call, and this is in preparation for trading on October 11th, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we will start off by taking a look at our calendar here, Forex Factory. So in terms of news, not a whole lot. We had manufacturing production numbers for the British pound that came in positive, but the trade balance was slightly below expectations here, and not a whole lot of data in the US session. So that was fairly quiet from the news perspective. Going into Wednesday here, we have FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m. Eastern. So that will be important, but other than that, not a whole lot of data in the London session here. So FOMC meeting minutes are the most important thing. So here's so basically what's happening essentially is that our going into tomorrow, what the market is going to look for, and looks like it's setting up for that, is to understand when the Fed is going to raise rates next and what the thoughts are around raising the rates. Are we still looking for another interest rate hike this year, or something has changed? So that's what what the market will be looking for in terms of FOMC meeting minutes. So that's what we're looking at. And going into our charts here, let's start off with Euro US dollar here. Very bullish candle close. We have closed above this previous high. So this is bullish. We are looking for a further move to the upside. 1.1850 will be the target there, and so this is a very, very bullish engulfing candle, so definitely looking bullish here. This is where we are at the moment from 1 hour perspective. This is where I'm looking for price to go to right now. We had the first leg up, consolidation, and now we have the second leg up, so looking for further move up into this 1.1850-ish level up here. It could go further all the way into this 1.1880 level. So that will be the second take profit. First one would be 1.1850 level. So bullish on Euro US dollar. Pound dollar, very similar here as well. Price moved up, so we're looking for a further move to the upside. It bounced, it went above the previous support and resistance level, closed higher. So we're looking for 1.3250 as the first target and 1.3300 as the second target to the upside. So if we look from 4 hour perspective, this is where we are. It looks a fairly strong trend to the upside. Here we are from 1 hour perspective. So we're looking for 1.3250, which is right here, and then 1.3300, which is back into this support and resistance level. So this is quite bullish here as well. Aussie dollar here pushing up high. So we were kind of contained by this 77 or 7800 level. So right now this looks bullish. It will have to clear this 7800 level and potentially, so we're looking bullish essentially. And we are looking into this 7820 level and beyond that into the 7840 level. So this is bullish here. One challenge that it could run into is the 7800 level. If the Aussie is not able to hold above the 7800 level, then we could see price push back down. But right now it looks quite bullish here, and we are looking for a further move to the upside. So 7820 will be the first target to the upside. And from 1 hour perspective, as we can see, it's holding above the pivot point right now. We did have that first move to the upside. We saw consolidation. Price failed to move. So this is where price was struggling with. And that's why we need to make sure that the 7800 level is cleared. But right now it looks quite bullish. Looks like it wants to push up higher. And in that case, it could, once it clears this one, we are basically looking for price to move all the way. So that this will be the first one, which is about 7836 level. And then the second target will be all the way up 78. Actually, we could go all the way into 7880 level here. So looking bullish here as well. New Zealand dollar. So New Zealand dollar is was weak. However, now, so this is where we are. We had two pins to the upside, but it looks like US dollar is getting weak across the board. So overall of itself, New Zealand dollar is weak, but now that everything else is pushing up so strongly, New Zealand dollar is likely to push up as well. So the first target would be 70.80, so 0.7080. But beyond that, we are looking at further move to the upside. So if everything turns bullish against the US dollar, New Zealand dollar is likely to go up as well. And the target here will be 0.7150. So we do have a trade, or we had a trade in here. We still have a trade in here. I'm going to just cut that trade right now because this is not really going anywhere, or this is pushing back up. So the test will be at 70.80 level right about here, the top of this. So if the price stays below this level, then we could see the price do one of these. But because everything else is so bullish, it's best to take this, take the trade out, because things seem to have changed with the US dollar, and everything is looking quite bullish at the moment. So that's what we're looking for. New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here. Dollar CAD, we saw price come down. So we are into this support and resistance at 2,500. And now it looks like price wants to break through this level. Our target here would be 1.2430 level, which is this next support and resistance level, or even into the 20 level here, 1.2420. So that's what we are looking at. So this looks bearish at the moment, looking for price to come down further into 1.2420. Euro pound here, Euro pound is just kind of going sideways, not much happening here. Very, very small candle close. So right now, it doesn't look like there's much steam in this one. So we could see price can go either way. So not the best trade setup to look for at the moment. So I'm going to skip that one. Euro Swiss franc, looking for price to go up further. It is going up slowly. So there is still momentum to the upside because price does keep making higher highs and higher lows, and it's closing up higher. So the target here is 1.1540 level, which is the next target to the upside. But the candles are getting smaller and smaller, so there isn't as much momentum that's left in there, or as much momentum in there. Pound Swiss franc here. Pound Swiss franc, we have come into this resistance here, and price has failed at that resistance. The candle close is very neutral. We have pins on both sides and close pretty much at where the price opened. So in this case, as long as price stays below this 1.2900 level, we're looking for price to drop. And the first target would be 1.2840 level. And next target would be 1.2800 level. So looking for a further drop in this one as long as price stays below 1.2900. Dollar Swiss franc, we had a big drop in dollar Swiss franc here. Looks quite bearish. So looking for price to drop into 0.9700 here. And let's take a look here, Fez. Yeah, so this looks quite bearish. We're looking for price to drop further into 0.9700 level. So from 1 hour perspective, see how price broke below this level and now it's holding below. So looking for price to drop further. So it's kind of moved. So a lot of these things have moved already. This was one of the pairs I had in mind today. This looks very, very, very nice close, bearish engulfing candle here. So this is a very nice close. So looking for price to kind of drop into this 9,700 level, right into the bottom here. So that's a good one. Aussie Swiss franc, we had a nice pin bar here and looking for further move to the downside here. It does need to break this level. It's held this level, 75, 80 level for the last 3 days. So that is important. So we need to see price break this level. Once it does, we're looking for 75.20 level here. So this will be the next target to the downside. But the daily candle close here is a bearish pin bar. So I'm looking for a further move to the downside. Pound yen here, we have had a nice bullish candle close for the day. So I'm looking for a further move to the downside into this 38.2 support and resistance level, or fib level, which is 149.13, or even into the 149.20 level. So looking for a further move to the upside here in pound yen. Euro yen, we have seen very nice bullish candle close for the day. So looking for price to go towards the top of the range here into 133.20 level. Dollar yen looks like it wants to come lower here. We had a bearish candle close, and now we're looking for a further drop. First target would be 112.00. Then below that, we are looking at 111.70 level. So this looks bearish. Overall, the US dollar looks quite weak. New Zealand dollar here. So this was a trade that we had taken earlier. So this is where I was saying to everyone, we are seeing price going sideways. And so if you got out of here, this was great. But if you're in the trade, I would just take a break even, well, we have a few pips. So that's what, so right now, in terms of the candle close here, it's a very, very neutral close. At this point, price could go in either direction. It could go and test all the way up into 79.80 level. But once the price holds below here, if the price holds below then and breaks this 79.20 level, we're looking for price to drop into 78.90. But for now, right now, price is pushing back into the pivot point. So if price holds below the pivot here, then it's fine. It's likely to come down. But if it starts to push back up, we could go all the way up. So keep that in mind. The candle close is very, very neutral. So this one could go either way. Aussie yen here. Aussie yen, we have rejection here, but we do have a bullish candle close, but with a rejection. So at this point, if Aussie and New Zealand dollar keep going up, we could see this go all the way back into 87.80 level here as well. So be mindful of that. This one was another one where the comment that I was making was that when we start to see this kind of activity, it's not going anywhere. It's best to just book the pips. So let's take a look at the daily. So right now, a daily candle close it does show rejection. So it's bullish to neutral here, but the rejection gives it that neutral bias because this could drop. So we're looking for price to price to push back up and then drop, but the price could go all the way into the high here. So that's something to keep in mind. It could go all the way into 87.80. And if the price stays below that level, then we're looking for price to drop back into this 87.20 level first, and then 86.60 level to the bottom here. Sorry, Faz, you're saying dollar CAD? Dollar CAD, yeah, this one, it's holding below here. Actually, let me insert my pivot points here. Yeah, see how it did a test right into the pivot point? So it's kind of bounced off of that. So right now, US dollar is really looking really weak. So price is holding below the pivot point, and we're looking for a further move to the downside in this one here as well. So overall, US dollar is just weak overall. CAD yen, last one to look, or actually we'll take a look at euro as well. CAD yen, it has had trouble breaking below this level, 89.60 level. If the price, so right now it is sitting low and it looks like it wants to drop, but if it does not break below this level, chances are it will go in the other direction. So if we see another test, we have had 4 tests of this level and price has held, this level has held. it could go all the way back up into this level, which is 90.10. So right now it's very, very small move. There's it's sitting into the bottom, but if it doesn't break through, then it's likely to go higher, and even into this 90.68 level could be the target once it bounces off of that. But if it breaks down, because it is pushing into this, if it breaks below 89.60 level, then we are looking for 88.80 level to the downside. So I would keep an eye on this, because a break of this could give us the next level down. Euro Aussie, here we are into the high here, bullish candle close, so looking for a further move to the upside. We are coming into the highs here. The next target here is 152.36 level, which is the high from here. We could get a pullback right into this level, 1.5130 level, and then looking for a further move to the upside. So Euro Aussie currently is quite strong. So we've had 4 days of just straight move to the upside. All right, so any questions or anything to add here? So dollar CAD here, thanks Vaz, dollar Swiss franc, those are, yeah, looking quite bearish at the moment. So US dollar overall is just looking weak. Everything is bullish against the US dollar essentially at this point. All right, so any questions before we call it a wrap? Okay, if not, we'll call it a wrap. So I will see you guys again in the London session. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.